Globalisasi. Menurut Selo Sumarjo, globalisasi merupakan suatu proses terbentuknya sistem organisasi dan komunikasi antar masyarakat di seluruh dunia. Globalisasi sebagai sebuah ideologi mekanisme dalam pencanturan antar masyarakat negara dalam lingkup global sesungguhnya baru muncul pada era 1980-an dan semakin intensif pada dekade 1990-an. Globalitas merupakan keadaan globalisasi paling akhir. Ramalan bahwa proses globalisasi sudah selesai lagi dan realitas global baru-baru mulai muncul. Developmentalisme adalah sebuah teori ekonomi yang menyatakan bahwa cara terbaik bagi negara-negara berkembang untuk maju adalah dengan membangun pasar dalam negeri yang kuat dan beragam serta memberikan tarif tinggi pada barang-barang impor. Pemikiran ini muncul sebagai tanggapan terhadap upaya Amerika Serikat untuk menentang gerakan kemerdekaan nasional di Asia dan Afrika yang dianggap sebagai komunis. Masyarakat Indonesia dan dunia dihadapkan pada ancaman pemanasan global yang membahayakan masa depan kehidupannya. Dari sini jelas bahwa globalisasi abad ini sesungguhnya tidak berbeda dengan globalisasi awal masa kolonialisme dan imperialisme, yaitu monopoli, eksploitasi, dan kolonialisme gaya baru. MDGs dan SDGs, pembangunan era milenium dikenal dengan Millennium Development Goals atau MDGs, dan deklarasi MDGs merupakan hasil dari perjuangan dan kesepakatan bersama antar negara-negara berkembang dan negara maju. Negara-negara berkembang berkewajiban untuk melaksanakannya, termasuk salah satunya Indonesia, di mana kegiatan MDGs di Indonesia mencakup pelaksanaan kegiatan monitoring MDGs. 3 pilar yang menjadi indikator dalam konsep pengembangan SDGs. Yang pertama, human development, yang kedua, social economic, dan yang ketiga, environmental development.
Sustainable Development Goals. Do you know what they are? Stay right there and I'll explain them to you. The Sustainable Development Goals are a list of 17 priorities adopted by the United Nations and its member countries. The goal is to eradicate poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity for all. Let's see what they are. Number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Number 10, reduced inequalities. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. Number 14, life below water. Number 15, life on land. Number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Number 17, partnerships for the goals. Wow, that's a lot! Each goal has specific targets to reach by year 2030. To achieve these goals, we all have to do our part. Governments, businesses, and society too. In other words, each and every one of us. And how can we incorporate these objectives into our daily lives? Well, we should try to live in a more sustainable way at school, work, and home. For example, by improving our consumption habits, saving energy, or caring for the flora and fauna. Don't worry if you don't know where to start. It happened to me too. Luckily, the UN made a very easy guide called Saving the World, a guide for slackers. Isn't that a funny name? Let's look at some of its points. Turn off the lights if you don't need them, and talk to your family about unplugging appliances when they're not using them. You'll save a lot of energy. Take quick showers instead of taking a bath. That way you won't waste water. Recycle as many materials as possible. This helps to conserve natural resources. Use public transportation or ride a bike. This will reduce pollution. Donate things you don't use. They'll get a second life and will be a great resource for people in need. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Use a refillable water bottle. You'll reduce your plastic usage. Learn about the Sustainable Development Goals in reliable media, but also talk about it with your family and friends. I'm sure that in this talk, we'll come up with ideas to improve things. As you can see, it's everyone's responsibility to respect the planet, and each one of us can do something. It doesn't matter how small, as long as we help preserve it. Don't forget that this planet is our home, and its inhabitants are our neighbors. By taking care of it, we'll ensure our well-being and our future. Shall we try together?
We've learned so much in just one video. Did you know there are many more videos? Imagine how much you could learn. Subscribe to the Smile and Learn educational channel to learn and have fun at the same time.
Here's a question for you. In the last 20 years, has the proportion of the world's population living in extreme poverty A, doubled, B, halved, or C, stayed the same? Let's find out. To help us, enter the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs. In 2000, all member countries of the United Nations, that's almost the entire world, agreed to 8 goals to reduce extreme poverty. In a nutshell, the MDGs are the global promises to the world's poor. Let's take a look at each one and see how we're tracking. Number 1. Eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. In 1990, 36% of the world's population was living in extreme poverty. In 2010, that proportion was down to 18%. That means we've already halved extreme global poverty. In 1990, 25% of children under 5 years old were underweight. In 2012, that had reduced to 15.1%. Number 2. Achieve universal primary education. In 1990, 120 million children couldn't go to primary school. In 2012, that number was 58 million. We're more than halfway along the road to universal primary education. Number 3. Promote gender equality and empower women. The proportion of seats held by women in national parliaments has gone up from 12.8% in 1990 to 22.1% in 2014. Number 4. Reduce child mortality. In 1990, 90 kids in a global village of 1,000 children died before they turned 5. In 2012, that's down to 48 kids in every 1,000. In some countries, like Malawi and Timor-Leste, under 5 mortality rates have been slashed by 75%. That's a lot of young lives saved. Number 5. Improve maternal health. The goal here was to reduce the number of mothers dying during pregnancy and childbirth by 75%. In 1990, for every 100,000 babies born, 380 mums died. In 2013, for every 100,000 babies born, only 210 mums died. So this goal hasn't been reached, but the situation is improving. Number 6. Combat preventable diseases like HIV/AIDS and malaria. By working together, the global community has made a lot of ground in the battle against these diseases. For instance, Better access to treatment for tuberculosis has saved 22 million lives in the last 20 years. Number 7. Ensure environmental sustainability. Since 1990, 2.3 billion people who previously didn't have safe drinking water have gained access to clean water. 89% of the world's population now has clean, safe water to drink. Number 8. Develop a global partnership for development. While there's more to be done in all these areas, some great progress has been made. Some countries have made better progress than others. Again, there is spatial inequality. As the UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon said, we're on our way to freeing the world from extreme poverty. So even though time's up on the MDGs, the global community is preparing a new plan to improve human well-being. In 2015, the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, will be finalised, and the world will continue to address the symptoms and causes of extreme poverty.
Bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new block.